Imagine jumping into Facebook or YouTube or wherever you are, and the first thing you see is a bald, bearded man drinking coffee. I'm not bald anymore since I shaved it off, but you get the point, right? You get the point. My friends, my friends. Oh, what just happened? There we are. Now we're back, I hope, I think. It's Monday. And you know what Mondays are? Let me just check that we actually are back now. There we are. It's Monday. So it's Business Building Monday. As you might guess from the headline of this live, lead magnets, how and why. We're going to do some number crunching. I'm going to show you and I'm going to explain to you why there's a huge difference between scaling a business. I'm so sick and tired of these 10K a month, 100K, six-figure business type of things we see everywhere. I don't know if you noticed any of those. See a lot of them. Sick and tired of them. Like, honestly, so sick and tired of them. I don't know how to deal with them anymore. Most people that start out, we don't need to aim for six figures. We need to aim for a workable, sustainable, and reliable business, and then we can scale. Most people kind of talk to us normal folks, trying to get us to think that we can instantly overnight just shift into six-figure businesses. And I think that's lying. I think that's untrue, not because you can't do it, because you 100% can, but I do think it's not true because there needs to be a process around that. And a process is lead magnets. I'm going to show you, I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you the numbers, why it makes sense. I'm also going to explain to you why it makes sense for you to run a high ticket offer instead of a low ticket offer. You can do both, obviously, and I can teach you, I can help you set up both. But if you are going for a point where you want to have a business that is sustainable and reliable and that you can actually count on bringing in enough clients, enough revenue, I would always start with a high ticket and build it down instead of starting from the low ticket and build up. You will see why when I show you the numbers and run some numbers on this in just a sec. If we have not met before, I think we might have, but if we haven't met before, my name is Joel. I am one of the founders of Coachbox. I am one of the coaches at the Awaken Entrepreneurs Hub. I'm a business coach. I am a marketing specialist. I'm an enrollment kind of person. I've been doing this for well over a decade now, helping folks just like you set up and creating this type of sustainable business. That is my passion. That is my goal in life. And that is why I'm doing this. Super passionate about actually getting people to get this to work. I scaled myself from the point where we couldn't eat because we didn't have any money, because I spent all our money on stuff that didn't work. We literally couldn't pay for food. We couldn't have the lights on. It was hours away from getting the electricity switched off before the church stepped in and paid the bill. And I've scaled from that point, or grown from that point rather, where we didn't have anything, to now being able to quite literally travel the world and live in lots of different countries and run my business on the go where I want to be. And that's what I want you to have the opportunity to do as well. So what I'm talking about does not involve you having to have a gazillion dollars. It does not involve you having to be an advanced marketer. It does not involve you having to be a techie building advanced stuff. This is really what this is about, is the oldest concept that I talk about, showing people you can help them by actually helping them, and that way attracting new clients. And that's what I'm hoping, basically, what I'm doing here is I'm hoping is helpful to you. If you think it's helpful, please let me know in the comments below. And any questions that might pop up, make sure to drop them also in the comments. We check all the platforms for this. And if you want to work hands-on with us inside of the Awaken Entrepreneurs Hub, feel free to reach out, send us an email, send us a DM, or reach out, awakenentrepreneurshub.com. Reach out and we'll talk about that. Now, let's get to some of the actual training, because that's why I assume you're here. Get a sip of water and I'll show you. Let me first show you really this file. I call it all like what's needed, the overview of it. And let me jump here and let's zoom in a bit. Let me actually see so we see the same thing on screen. What you need in order for you to close your newest client is really this simple. You need a process, meaning you need to have an offer that is good enough for people to actually think this is amazing and want to work with you. That's the first thing you need. And this, my friend, I talk about this all the time, I talk about it again, needs to be outcome based. We cannot sell time. Do not sell time. Do not sell sessions. Do not offer any of those things in the long run. In the short term, feel free to, but if you want to create this reliable income from your business, we need to work on outcomes and great offers. Once we have that, we need to turn that offer into what I call a lead magnet system. And a lead magnet system is what we're going to talk about today, an actual way to get leads. People who raise their hands and say, hey, what you're talking about, I find that interesting. Can you show me? Can you tell me more? Can you teach me? That is a lead. Someone raising their hand saying, this is interesting. Once we have people that are interested, we want to get them to opt in, meaning we need a page, a opt-in page, a website. Once they opt in, we need to have a landing page where we can show them a training, where we can help them, show them we can help by actually helping. And we need to have a page where they can schedule a call with you. We need to, in order to do these things, having a nurture sequence in place, emails that follows up with people. Obviously, we need a marketing plan, and we need to have a offer that is a training, preferably some type of course. But we do not, and I cannot stress this enough, we do not need to have all of these things done when we start. When we start, we need a process. We need these 3 pages. That's all we need. And we need a nurture sequence. That is all we need. If we have that, we're in a great spot. The rest of these things we can add on later. If we have these 3 things, we can get people on a call, we can have a conversation, seeing if it makes sense to work together. And if it does, we give them an opportunity to become a new client. This is really what it's all about. This is what needs to be there. That's what needs to be in place for you to have that. Nothing more, nothing less. The opt-in, the training, and the booking. If we have that and the email nurture and follow-up, in a wonderful place for your business. That's really all that's needed. So if we have those things, I said first and foremost, we need a process. Here's an example of our process. In the Awaken Entrepreneurs Hub, this is our process. You might have seen this before and you might not have seen this before. The outcome that this specific process helps you with is to enroll 5 high-ticket clients in 90 days or less, without being overwhelmed, feeling lonely, feeling that you don't have enough clarity. And the outcome is 5 high-ticket clients in 90 days, so you can have a profitable and sustainable business. Do you see that that is measurable? That is an outcome. People typically don't want to work with you for the sake of just working with you. People want something out of it, right? So what I'm showing you here is our process, not to sell it, but to give you an example of this. This is our process. And it's broken down into 3 distinct phases, each containing 3 distinct steps, like so. If you can present an offer like this to people, people will understand what it is. They will understand how it comes together. They will have an understanding that is way clearer than just telling them, hey, I help you do whatever you help people do. So having a process like this, we can easily turn that into a lead magnet, turn that into an opt-in page, do a training on it, create the nurture sequence, meaning following up and helping people understanding it clarity over email or text message or DMs or whatever way you want to do it, get them to a booking page, having a conversation, and becoming a client. So the opt-in, what do we put on that one? What is a opt-in page? Well, in reality, an opt-in page is the first step. Or if we want to shift it slightly, we can say it's the second step. What it is It's the phase after they either see something you post on a social media platform somewhere, or it's after they click on the ad, after they see the post and click on it, or after they see the ad or click on it, or after they open an email and click on a link somewhere, they'll end up on an opt-in page. A couple of examples of opt-in gifts we typically talk about. As said in the beginning, the goal is to help people, show people you can help them by helping them. I'll put up on screen now, if you want to go check that out later. This is an example over here of an opt-in page, a simple opt-in page where we give you a guide with 5 steps that makes a whole lot of difference in your business. If you take this guide and do these 5 things, it's going to change your business from the ground up. Quite literally, no doubt about it. That's what it is. And on that page, we get your email and your name in exchange for you getting this guide. You've seen opt-in, you've seen lead magnets before. It could be a guide, it could be an ebook, it could be a checklist, it could be a cheat sheet, it could be a video training, it could be anything that brings value to the viewer or to the person seeing it. It doesn't have to be a specific thing, but it needs to help someone solve a problem. And that problem needs to live somewhere inside of your system. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for them to look at your system. So what we're talking about today in this training is lead magnets, and that's part of the heart-centered attraction. How to generate leads for your business without having to be a techie. That's what we're talking about today. That's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm showing you right now. So as part of that, you need to find out what is easiest for you. I just got off a coaching call with a client. In her case, she's running a masterclass, a wonderful lead magnet, wonderful opt-in gift. We're adding to it with a workbook to help people, to serve people, to be good and kind humans that actually do good for others. We're giving away guides, we're giving away cheat sheets, we're giving away a lot of stuff that people will benefit from using. That is a free lead magnet. What we can do on top of that is that we can give someone a free thing. Once they opt into that, we can offer them something that is paid. At the end of the day, now we're getting to some slightly more advanced tactics, but I want to show you, I want to break this down to you a little bit in terms of numbers for you to get an understanding of what I mean when I say that things cost money or when we get opt-ins or what happens with them. So let me share this screen. What we have on screen right now is a basic spreadsheet. It is, in its purest form, a way for us to understand if we up here put money in and run ads on any platform and generate leads at a certain price point, how many leads would that get us here? How many strategy calls based on data or numbers we put in here would that get us? And how many high ticket customers or clients would we get for that? So let me break this down. If you were to spend, with the settings as they are right now, $500 a month on ads, and you could get ads or get leads rather for $8 per lead. We typically get leads around $4, average between 4 and 12. So let's put in 5 for the sake of it. If we put in $500 and we generate them for $5 each, that would get us 100 leads, 100 people who raise their hands saying what you offer is interesting. Okay? When we put in 100 leads here, if we were to give them an offer after they opted in, after they raised their hand and get the free thing we're giving them, after that stage, if we were to give them an opportunity to then buy something from us. This could be a course, this could be something else that gives them an advantage or gives them a shortcut somewhere. Let's say it's priced at $49 and 25% of people actually buy that. That would net us an actual $1,200 more. We put in 500 and we generate 1,200 right here. Do you see that this itself would be profitable? And this is not the whole thing. If we then were to offer them a paid strategy session, a call helping them do something or something else here that is slightly higher, I'm just giving you examples here. In this case, it would be 25 or around 500, and we would get 25% of the people who bought this thing would also buy this thing. That would net us another $3,000 from those $500. Let's say only 5% would buy. It would still make us the money back, right? But that's not the important thing. This is not the kicker, really. Because based on those 100 leads, if we can convert just 5% of those leads into strategy sessions or an actual call with you, that would be 5 people you could sit down and have a conversation with. And if you could enroll every 4th people you talk to, in this case 25% of people, you would enroll 1 high-ticket client for this high-ticket price. From those 100 leads, you would close 1 deal, meaning that you would make $5,470 from $500 in ad spend. If we deduct those 500s after we paid for the ads, you would have 5,000 in your account. This, my friend, is a lead workflow. This is how it really looks, and this is how it really comes together when we have a good lead magnet in the beginning that establishes that you can help people, that shows people that what you're talking about, what you're teaching, what you're helping people with is actually worth looking at, worth taking the time to sit down and use and implement. Then we follow up over time with emails and other contact points with this person, all on autopilot, getting them to sit down and have a conversation, not a pushy, mind you, sales conversation, but an honest conversation together to see if we can help them. And if every 4th person we talk to says, yes, I want to work with you, and the pricing is in this example is $3,000, that would net you $5,000 with the example I just gave you. It is so incredibly powerful to have a system, and the system I showed you here is not an advanced one. It is a fairly straightforward system that you can have up and running within a week or so. It is super straightforward. I'm not trying to blow smoke here and telling you it's the easiest thing in the world, because it's not. What I'm telling you, though, is that with a system and a process, rather than just haphazardly posting, creating, and doing, you will get a whole lot of more result. A whole lot faster, let me tell you that. That is the reality of it. An opt-in, a training to build that relationship, a way for people to schedule a call, a nurture sequence to have people actually see that what you do and what you bring to the table is valuable to them, a call to sit down and have a conversation. Some people will say, yes, I want to work with you. Most people won't. Guess what? We put them back in a nurture sequence in order to help them. That is the reality of this. I want to jump over here quickly again. Let's run some numbers on this. Let's say we don't actually have any offers down here. None. We don't have any. Meaning we won't make any money here. It's perfectly fine. Still, we put in 500, we generate 5 sales calls, we close 1 deal, we make 3,000. This is where it gets interesting. Let's say we pay 10. All of a sudden, now we're not getting that one person. It's a half. You can't have half a client. That's not going to work for you. So what that means, either we need to lower the cost that we get a lead for, or we need to opt the cost or the money we spend to run the ads, obviously. This is where it gets super fun and super interesting to me, because if we can spend more money and lower this cost, now we have 2 people. That's 6,000. We have 10 strategy calls. If we take some of the money we make here, because the 6,000 we have here, it's 6.5 because it's calculating half a person. You and I both know that we won't get half a person, but you get the point. If we take some of the money we made, and let's say we put 2,000 of it back in here, all of a sudden, we're making 13,000, and we have 5 clients. Well, what if we take another 2,000 and make it 4,000 then? Well, all of a sudden it's starting to grow pretty fast. But let's say we start to pay more for the leads then. Well, it's still a fairly good deal. And what I'm trying to show you here is that when we start out, we think if we put 200 down to run some ads, that's going to solve it. If we put 200 down and we pay $10 per lead, hey, let's be generous. Let's put down $6 per lead. We only get 33 leads. We're not going to close anyone for that. We're not going to have a client, obviously, because it's a third of a client. So that will immediately tell us that if we want to get to 1 client here, the amount of money we would need to spend is at least 6,600. Or 600 maybe, if I can calculate that correctly, in order to actually get that 1 client. But as soon as we reach that critical mass, we're making money. We're making money. And this is how you create that self-playing piano. By getting a lead magnet out that helps people, turns them into a lead. From being a lead, we turn them into a conversation. And it sounds like we're trying to do someone dirty here. We're not at all. We're trying to have an honest conversation together with someone to see if we can help. Have that conversation. See if it makes sense. If it makes sense, suggest working together. If they want to do that, we do that. And if they don't, that's fine. That's the entirety of the thing we do. That's why we have lead magnets. That's why we build these type of systems. We generate leads at around $4 each, which is good. That is a very good benchmark, which means we can afford to put money in every single day to get more leads, to get more calls, to get more clients. That is a self-playing piano. That's how we print money online. And that is how you can print money online. But only and only if you have a process and a way to get people to come into your world. I'm going to end today with saying that if you would like to get help to do that, we can help you do that. We coach and we work together with you inside of the Awaken Entrepreneurs Hub. You get access to the hub for a full year, and you get access to all the trainings, all the tools, all the templates, everything we have. You get access to 2 to 4 coaching calls a week with me, with Therese, which is a graphical designer, does all the branding, all of those things. and Kesley that helps you with everything else in terms of when we get stuck, fear, doubt, all of the things that we think we might run into and we do run into. She is magical to help you sort that out. We're with you every step of the way and we work together. And if you want to get help to build this out, currently we can do all of these things for you. And we're doing this at a crazy price. But I'm not going to pitch you on that. I just want you to know that if you feel like, hey, this would probably be interesting for me to actually do, you have an opportunity to do that. And if you want to have a conversation, right there is a link to go schedule a call and let's sit down and have that conversation together. If you want to do that, feel free to schedule. Feel free to have a conversation. We are not salesy. We're not pushy. We're trying to help you. I don't know if I can help you. That's why I want to have a conversation with you to see if and how I can help you. If you want to get the guide, I showed you that before, but I'll put it up here as well. If you want to get the guide, you can do so from that link right there. I hope you saw value in this, and I hope if you have any questions, let me see. If you have any questions at all, if you have anything you want to add, if you have anything you are thinking about, make sure to comment below, get the guide, or of course, go and schedule that call with me and have a conversation. We can look at your business individually, see where you are, where you want to go, and how to bridge that gap to where you're actually looking to go. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week. And I just want to tell you, if no one has told you this before, I know you have the ability to create anything you want to create. And I know that if you just put a deadline to your dreams and to your visions, you can turn them into goals that you will reach. You got this. It is 100% possible. I believe in you, and I want you to go out there and start serving more people. Because in reality, if you can help more people, you can make the world a better place. And that, my friend, is how we all win. So have a fantastic day. Go get them, and I'll talk to you next time. My name is Joel. Have a good week. Bye.